Welcome back to Clink Podcast. We're not even drinking anything. I feel like I've been
healthy girls.
Healthy girls. Hey, people, welcome back to another wild ride on Clink Podcast. Buckle the hell up, because today we're going to be all over the map. From wild stories to leaving you saying, wait, did that really just happen? To diving into He's a 10, but that's got us questioning and maybe even blushing a little bit. We've got all the laughs, drama, and spice you didn't know you needed. You're blushing. You're always blushing.
I'm not blushing.
Anyways, welcome back. So anyways, we went to Country Fest. This is headlining is Kenny Chesney and Zach Brown Band, and then they have a couple of openers. We went this past summer.
So much fun.
So much fun. I was obsessed with Megan Maroney. Kira had the opportunity to go, and I was like, I need to jump on this opportunity as well. Like, if I don't take this opportunity, I'm never seeing Megan Maroney. Hence, she has a whole sold-out tour right now. But anyway, excuse me.
Ew.
Ooh.
Ew. Don't blow that at me. That was so disgusting of you.
Sorry. You're going to make me cut this out because it was so mean of you.
No, you better not.
I'm cutting it.
No, I'm cutting it.
Anyway, so we're there. We're having a grand old time. We get through.
Before we get there, our Uber drops us off.
Yes.
About 35 minutes away from our destination.
Yeah.
So me and Alicia
2 miles or so.
We're trudging in our cowgirl boots all the way past Gillette to where we were meeting up with my cousin.
To, like, tailgate. It was so bad. And, like, there was tailgate where people just, like, were in their trunks, and there were tailgates where people had, like, limos, and there were tailgates where people had whole-ass RVs, and that was in the way back trenches, and that's where we were.
Yep.
Like, the big party buses, the big RVs, like, whatever. Mm-hmm. It was cool once we got there. DJ, like, we saw some of our cousin's friends that we hadn't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was really fun. But anyway... What?
Your face.
Yeah, because we just literally have become so similar.
Yeah, it's great.
That, like, we say the same shit. Anywho. So, yeah, we had fun at the tailgate, and everybody was kind of, like, staying there for the openers and just wanted to see Zach Brown and Kenny Chesney. I was fiending to see Megan Maroney. So we got there and we went to the wrong side of Gillette the first time, remember? We were, like, upstairs on the opposite side, and we need to be, like, way down in the front. Mm-hmm. So we got floor tickets. We got there when Uncle Cracker had like 2-3 songs left, and then Megan Maroney was going on. Highlight of my life. I'll have to add in a stitch of me like going nutso butso. But I was doing great. I was having a blast. There was not a lot of people in there for the openers, which is, I mean, there was enough, but it wasn't nearly as busy as what it happened to be later in the night. Yeah. And, what? Oh, you're just ripping your boot in half?
Yep.
So then, anyway, we're having a blast. And we get through Megan Maroney and we get through the Zach Brown Band, and we're still doing good. Kira's pretty drunk at this point, and I'm pretty sober, and I have a migraine. I am literally miserable. So I'm like, Kira, like, can we stay for a few more songs and go? Like, I'm sitting down, like, in the, like, floor seating. Nice. I was not having a good time. But I was like,
making everybody else miserable.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, I need to go. Like, I really needed to go. I wasn't even exaggerating. I seriously didn't think.
Spider.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to make it. Anyway, that's gross. So, anyway, I was like, we need to go. Kira's like, all right. Let me just stop at the bathroom on the way out and we can go.
You're forgetting a main point in the story.
What is it?
My phone is at 4%.
Oh, I was just going to say that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she goes to the bathroom as she ordered the Uber, and her phone is now on like 6 or 4%, whatever.
And yours
is dead. Mine is dead. Mine is dead. And so I'm like, we're literally not getting out of here. Kira has it written, pretty much tattooed on her forehead, that we're going to make it on 4%. We didn't know that Ubers were, like, also across the frickin' town, pretty much. And we had to trudge. Like, I'm talking trudge.
We were running. Sprinting.
So we leave the stadium and we see cops and we're like, where do we go for an Uber? And they're like, you're going to go this way. The first cop we met, like, I'm talking, he was your typical, like, what's that guy's name? The mall cop? Paul Blart. Paul Blart, mall he, cop. Like, just looked like he wasn't belonging there. It was his first day as a state trooper. We love him. I mean, like, you got to start somewhere, but he did not steer us in the right direction. So we literally went up, like, a big hill of grass and just, like, met a guardrail.
Wrong. Completely wrong.
That's the way, that's how we went.
No, I'm saying it was the wrong place to go.
Oh, I thought you were gaslighting me again.
No.
So we get to, like, another lot, and we're like, we need to go back down. This is not right. So we go back down, we trudge a little bit more, and we find another cop. He wasn't outside like the first cop. He was in his cruiser. I'm like, excuse me, officer.
We're like waving in the window.
Yeah, and he was like slowly rolls down the window. And he's like, yes, can I help you? And we're like, we're lost.
Yeah.
And he was like, looking for an Uber? And we're like, yeah. And he was just so cute. Like, he shot the shit with us for a minute, but was like, be safe. Like,
he was wasting our phone battery.
He was. But, like, he was like, be safe. Like, you know, I hope you guys make it home, whatever. And meanwhile, me and Kira are bickering because she keeps going on her phone and then not shutting it off.
Because, like, when you're on Uber, like, you can kind of find where the person is. So
yeah.
I was like, maybe we can get them this way. No, we couldn't.
And I kept being like, we're not going to find them that way. Turn your damn phone off. So then we find our way to where the Ubers are supposed to be picked up. Lo and behold, our Uber's gone.
Yeah, I communicated to him, too, like,
please
my
stay.
phone is gonna die. Please stay.
We'll give you 90 bands in cash.
Yeah, we're like, we'll give you a big tip. Big tip.
Yeah. Not just the tip, the whole thing.
All of it, the whole shebang.
Just please stay in the parking lot. He didn't.
He left.
He left us high and mother effing dry. And so I'm like, you know what? This is bad. This is really, really bad. So Kira's phone's dead. My phone's dead. Our Uber's gone. We don't have a charger. We had a little rinky-dink phone battery on the back.
Also dead.
Yeah. That had already gone through my whole entire phone battery. And, yep, it was gone. So I'm like, we need to find a gas station, a CVS, something that has electricity, is open, and we can buy a charger. Like, I'm willing to spend bands to get home.
Searching for a portable charger.
Yeah. Any kind of charger, honestly.
Yeah.
Just a place to plug it in and a charger. So, nothing's open in all of Gillette Stadium except for Olive Garden. So we're like, okay, like, whatever, we have to go into this place. Because, like, it wasn't cold, right? It wasn't cold out.
It wasn't cold, but it was during the summer, so no, it wasn't cold.
But it wasn't, like, hot. Like, we didn't want to be outside anymore.
No.
Probably mosquitoes. Like, it wasn't a vibe.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's go into Olive Garden. Maybe they'll have a charger. How does a whole entire restaurant not have a charger? No one in there? You're lying.
But you did have your charger for your thing.
Yes.
Just no block.
Just no block. So I had my portable charger's cord, but no block. If this tells you anything, always have a charger on you in some way, shape, or form. But anyway, I'm like, can we please have a block to charge our portable charger? And one guy's like, no, sorry, we don't have any of those. And I'm like,
you're lying.
You're lying. Like, in today's day and age, everything needs to be, like, charged. Like, toast things need to be charged. Everything needs to be charged. Like, your iPad plays the Spotify that's playing in this building right now. Give me the cord. Like, you're lying. So, they end up giving us this little rinky-dink block.
It literally probably looked like a Lego. It was a Lego.
It was a Lego. It was a toy block. It belonged... I don't even know.
It was a children's toy.
It was a children's toy.
But it did charge your phone to 2%.
2%. But when we plugged this phone charger in, I thought my phone, the charger, and the block was going to ignite in flames. It got so
it was
hot.
Instantly on fire.
On fire. So I'm like, this block is giving us about
doomed.
Nothing. There was no life in that block left. Or us at this point.
No.
Or the phones or the portable charger. So anyways, it gets to 2%. And we're like, we gotta think of who we can call. Our one person we knew would come was our godmother. Dad lives too far away. Mom was probably already in bed. Like, and who else's phone number do we know off the top of our head that would actually come?
No one.
So, my 2% works. I'm like, Megan, we're stranded. Please come get us at Gillette. And she's like, where? Like, where are you? We're like, we're in the Olive Garden. She's like, I don't know how close I can get. Beep, beep, beep. I'm like, no, my phone's dead again. At this point, it just would turn on to shut off.
Yeah,
there was no life. That block had now...
Lights on, nobody's home.
Flatlined. That block was cooked.
Yeah.
So was everything else. Now we're even more dead than we started.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I don't know what we're going to do. Like, I'm thinking hotel room. Kira's thinking we need to start walking. Like, we need to hitchhike. Like, we were doing anything. Oh, and mind you, there's about 97 creepy men outside holding up their phone saying, you need a cab? You need an Uber? And I'm like, that's what we're not going to do. That's the one thing we're not going to do.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm like, we got to figure this out. Like, I'm borderline. Like, I held it together okay for a while. At this point, I'm like, I'm going to cry.
I was, like, yelling at Alicia. I was like, you need to go up and ask them, like, if for something.
Kira is so, like, can't talk to people, which is fine. Like, she's like, no, you order. No, you. And that's fine. But in a moment where I'm, like, super anxious and panicking, too, I'm not any better.
I rose to the occasion.
She did. And she was like...
I went up to the girl at the host stand, and I was like, can I please just borrow your phone so I can order us an Uber home? I will give you the money for the Uber plus, a $50 tip. I don't care. I just need to Uber home. Like, please.
Yeah.
And the girl was like, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
And, we didn't really get an answer, and we were like, okay. We're screwed.
Yeah.
We're literally screwed.
I'm like, that was our last hope.
Yeah.
And then another girl... Was it the same girl?
No, I think it was a different girl.
It was a different girl. Another girl comes around the corner. She's like, are you guys okay? And at first glance, I thought we were just being judged. I thought we were the hot commodity talk in the back kitchen. The cook line was like, these two weird girls are like needing an Uber home. Who's going to take them home? And it's like, no. So she comes out. She's like, are you guys okay? And I'm like, no, we're not. We can't Uber. Our phones are dead. Blah, blah, blah. We're just like going down the line. And she's like, where do you guys live? And we tell her. She happens to live like 10 minutes further. Like, it was on the way. She would have had to pass our house to get home anyway. She then is like, come on, I'll bring you home. And we looked at each other.
Like,
and it was like, there were angel wings around her. Like, she was glowing.
And it's like,
and me and Kira look at each other and the light bulb, ding! We're like, we're getting in this bitch's car.
Yeah.
And so we do. She starts playing good music. You know, she has chargers for the both of us. Like, we were happy. We were thriving. I'm borderline puking. I'm hitting the, fight or flight mode because my migraine is so bad at this point. Mm-hmm. And she offered me, meds and stuff. I said no. Not in a creepy way. She was like, I have ibuprofen. I trusted this girl with my life.
We both did.
And
there was literally no other option. She saved our lives.
And she brought us right to the door. We follow her. She took $20 maybe. I was like, please take $75.
Yeah, we literally were trying to give her $100.
Yeah.
She was like, no.
Yeah. And I'm like, girl.
She was so sweet.
She was so cute. No. Hello? Yes. I did. We were just going to ask you a question. Say hi to the podcast.
Hi, podcast.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. All right, well, we're going to get back to it, but yes, I did ring. I was going to ask you if we actually got lost in Hershey Park in Pennsylvania for a little bit, right?
Kira did.
No, you're talking about Sesame World. But
Kira did.
When we were...
Sesame World.
Sesame Street?
I think so, yeah.
Elmo's World? When we were at Hershey Park, when we were a little bit older... You and Jake went to get ice cream, and we got separated for, a good 15 minutes, right?
I don't remember.
See, I'm telling you made that up.
No, I didn't make it up, Dad. Tell her I didn't make it up.
Sounds like an Uncle John story.
Damn it! Well, now Uncle John's gonna listen to this podcast and be very hurt by that.
Alright, bye.
Love you, bye. Little does he know, he just completely distracted our whole entire audio, but I'll work some magic.
More of the story.
Keep talking, I gotta plug in my thing.
She saved our life, and we follow each other on Instagram. We're like friends through social media now.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully she'll come on our pod one day.
Yeah, maybe someday she'll come on here.
I love her.
I have a story.
Okay. Is it the one that you told in part 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Alicia earlier asked for a crazy drunk story, and
I did.
For a while I couldn't think of one.
Wait, do we think that thing saved?
What thing? The
last one.
I think so.
I think so
I
too.
don't know.
Hopefully.
How do we know?
We don't know, and if we stop this one, we're gonna lose this one too.
Okay, well, I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Either way, we just start with this new one.
Yeah.
But
we'll figure it out somehow.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be a cooked podcast. But
the
anyway,
cooked are the best.
Anyways.
Anyhow.
Any whoozy whatsy. So I am going out with my friends in Boston, and
I'm gonna put my phone on D&D so that doesn't happen.
And silly me, as I do every time, I tend to not eat so that I look like my best in my outfit. It's just girl math. It just makes sense.
It's just terrible girl math.
It's silly.
It's backwards. It's ass backwards.
It's
It's geometry when you're doing algebra.
But anyways, I gotta stop saying that. Geometry and algebra, absolutely not. So where was I? You really interrupted me.
You were out with your friends.
With my friends,
and
and
get
usually
drunk.
we just do shots, so we're like ripping shots, whatever. And I'm at a point in my drunkenness where I'm like, all right, I need to go home now, or things are gonna turn out really bad. So I get handed another shot, and I take this shot, and instantly after I swallow it, my mouth is watering, and I just know that it's not a good sign. I'm like, I either have to like burp or something bad is really bound to happen.
Yeah, once you hit that mental, like the tequila's up over your brain.
Yeah, I'm underwater in tequila.
Yeah, you're treading on some murky tequila.
So I don't even tell my friends where I'm going. I just beeline it straight to the bathroom, and at this point I'm like gagging. And I'm like, no, please.
The gags.
It ain't so.
The gags, no matter what. You could have the stomach bug, the flu, you could be hungover.
That's the worst.
The few gags getting to the toilet, you're like, no.
Yeah.
No. And then hopefully you make it.
I didn't make it.
No.
I spewed puke all down my shirt.
Can I ask what shirt you were wearing?
I had on a black dress. So
careful with that wire.
Probably saw it. But anyways, I get into the bathroom. I finished my throw up because I was not done with that little spew that went on my shirt, of course. I finished my throw up. I cleaned
Story.
I cleaned myself up. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. I need to order my Uber. I order my Uber. At this point, I am just about blackout. And of course, this club that I'm at has a large amount of stairs that I need to go down. I'm in heels, of course, because what else do you wear? And I'm like waddling because I'm so drunk. I'm going down the stairs and I miss about 5 steps. Like, I don't even know what was going through my brain, but 5 steps.
At the top.
Yes, at the top. 5 steps were deleted from my mind, and I just fucking eat shit all the way down the stairs.
Head first?
No, you know when you step too far and then you're like, like down the stairs? I'm pretty much doing a split. I tumble down the stairs to like 5 security guards sitting in front of me, and they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I wake up the next day with a huge bruise on my leg.
How long ago was this?
Not even a year ago.
Jeez. So this was like with
I made it home.
Sarah and them?
Yeah, I made it home.
You did. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Well, this led into another story of mine. It's different, but it's similar. It treads on the migraine conversation again. Shout out to our homeboy. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he wants to be outed, but we'll call him T-Boy.
Okay.
T-Bone.
I was going to say that.
So T-Bone and I worked together, waitressing. I'm a nanny outside of waitressing, but we waitress together. Kira, I would really hope you would get off your phone.
Why?
Because you're supposed to engage.
I get that. Hold on.
She doesn't even give a fuck. Anyways, I'm going to continue with my story because it's better than hers anyway.
No, it's not.
But anyway, so there's a work party. I worked like one day a week for a couple of months, and, like, I wasn't a big deal at this party, but I was like, I'm gonna go to the work party with T-Bone because we have fun together. Like, he's a fun guy. And so I'm like...
I love T-Bone.
I'm like, T-Bone, I'm gonna Uber to the work party. Will you be there? And he's like, yeah. It was in Boston. And I thought, you know, like, maybe I would drink or whatever, but I also just didn't like driving into Boston and then having to park and, like, get back to my car alone at nighttime. So I was like, I'm gonna Uber there. I knew in the back of my mind T-Bone was gonna offer to drive me home after. Like, I shouldn't have had that expectation, but I just knew he would.
Mind you, I come out.
Oh, I'm gonna get there.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. I'll just shut my mouth. And
yeah,
never
probably.
speak again. Oh.
So I didn't have proper identification. This is a felony.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't have proper identification, so I borrowed someone's. And Tristan was like, I'll drive you to... sorry, T-Bone.
Wow.
T-Bone was like, I'll drive you to her house, or her man's house. At the time, to go pick up some ID to
I've
get
never
to the
met
bar.
T-Bone in my life.
No, she hadn't. Now we're all friends, but
yeah.
She walks out of her man's house in a towel. A towel on her head. Like
a rag doll.
A rag
I had an oversized t-shirt on, a towel on my head, like the grungiest of all grungy.
Me and Tristan are canine sniffing the dirty streets of Dorchester to find which house it is.
Over here!
And Tristan sees her first, and he's like, this bitch in the towel? So,
yes, it's her.
Did I say... I meant T-Bone.
You did it again.
I did.
He won't care.
No, he won't care. So anyway...
He doesn't even watch this.
Probably not.
He admitted it.
That's terrible. So anyway, I'm like, okay, T-Bone, like, let's go out. So we hang out with all of the people from work. I'm talking bosses, like everyone. We went out to another bar after. I'm like, I'll get a high noon. I take probably 3 sips of this, and I either gave it to T-Bone or someone else. And the bartender comes over to me, and she's like, girl, like, you don't look good. And I'm like, I don't feel good. And she's like, you only had, like, did you guys go somewhere else? Like, you only had a high noon? I was like, no, I swear, like, that's all I drink. I just have a really bad migraine. She brings me a shot of espresso. Like,
well,
for caffeine.
Sometimes helps.
Yeah. Very sweet girl. It didn't go down good. Because it just, ew.
What, did you shoot it?
She told me to. She was like, just get it back in one gulp. And I'm like, okay. So I take a literal shot of espresso. I'm like, ooh, there's a gurgling in my turgulin.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, I'm not feeling good. So I go to Tristan. I'm like, Tristan, like, we gotta go. I really don't feel good.
You called him it again.
Yeah, T-Bone. He probably doesn't care. Anyway, so I'm like, T-Bone, we have to go. And he's like, okay, let me just have one more beer. That one more beer was just 5 minutes too long. Because if we had left when I said so, this whole thing wouldn't have happened. So anyway, T-Bone's like, let's get out of here. We're driving home. We both live near each other, so, like, it wasn't that big of a deal. We're driving home. There is just massive lanes of construction on the, like, I don't even know, freeway, highway, whatever they're called. And on the left side of us, too, there's 2 cops just riding right next to us. T-Bone wasn't, like, DUI ready, but, like, he had had a few drinks, so, like, you don't want a cop pulling you over, you know? So I was like, Tristan, I'm gonna puke. And he's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna puke. He's like, dude, you had one high noon. I'm like, no, I have a migraine. I'm gonna throw up. For those who don't know, if you have a bad enough migraine, you're gonna puke. So, as I almost did on the way home from Gillette, I did in Tristan's car. He goes, please, if you do anything, just get it on the WeatherTech mats because I can just hose those down when I get home. Fair enough. I said, Tristan, I can't do that. I'm ready to cry. I'm covering my mouth like this. I go, so much throw up spews out the side of my hands towards Tristan, all over the door. No. And he goes, just throw up on the floor. I was down in between my legs, throwing up on the WeatherTech for like 2 minutes. You know,
call me like, Kara, I just threw up.
Yeah, I was so upset. And let me tell you,
he's gonna kill me.
T-Bone was the best person. Like, if you're gonna throw up in someone's car, throw up in T-Bone's car. Like, don't, but do. Because he was so kind to me. So he's like, let's pull over in the gas station once we get back, like, close to my house. He was like, I'm gonna just empty this out. Like, I'm not gonna keep driving with this, like, wishy-washy puke in my car.
Ooh.
It smelled wretched, too. And it got all over me, too.
Yeah.
So I'm just, like, uncomfortable. He's like, I'm going to go into the gas station. There's a sweater in my trunk. Change in the back seat. I'll be back in, like, 5 minutes, whatever.
You still have the sweater?
No, I gave it. I think I threw it away. I think I did him that favor because it was puke covered. I think he told me to. But anyway, I'm like, I just need to go home. Tristan comes out with Gatorade, ginger ale, Campbell's chicken noodle soup, and, like, ibuprofen.
What a gem.
And he's like, I'll drive you home now.
Get this man a girlfriend.
I know, he needs a girlfriend. He should come on the pod. That would be kind of funny. He's just
funny.
So out there. But anyway, he then proceeds to leave his WeatherTech mat at Cumberland Farms.
Rest in peace.
I thought he meant to. No, he went back for it.
Oh, did
he dropped me off and went right back to Cumberland Farms. You know what Tristan was eating on the ride? This just makes him so...
You didn't even need to give him a nickname.
No, I didn't. You know what he was eating on the way home?
A Slim Jim.
No. Think of some of my favorite things I eat at Dad's house.
Taquitos.
He was eating 2 big fat Cumberland Farm taquitos, and he offered me one. I said, I can't take it right now because I am so sick as a dog. And it was just awful. I tried to get his car detailed. He wouldn't let me.
You really drag stories.
I did. But I tried to get his car detailed. He wouldn't let me. And to this day, he still will be like, yo, I found a little crust on the passenger seat, like joking around. But he holds it against me. But
yes, he should.
He should. If I called him right now and be like, what do you hate most about me? He'd probably be like, the fact that you puked in my car. Like, yeah. Tristan is just a good guy, though. Like, he's such a sweet boy.
Yeah, he is.
So, we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep the ball a-rolling. Not with stories, because clearly I dragged them too much. But we're going to go into... He's a 10, but he blank. We're going to, like, buzz through these. Excuse me, God.
Shouldn't say that.
No. First one, number 1. I actually want to know what you think about this, but he's a 10, but he's your brother's best friend.
I feel like no. I feel like it's kind of up to my brother. I couldn't do that without my brother's permission.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't be so sneaky to be like that with.
You're talking very quiet.
I wouldn't be that sneaky.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't be sneaky.
I would make sure it was okay with my brother, and then...
Yeah, so is he still a 10 if your brother says it's fine? He's
100%.
an 11.
Yeah, he's a 12.
He's a 12.
Marry me.
He's a 10, but he's already broken your heart once.
At that point, I'm probably in love with him, so, like...
At that point, he looks like a 42.
Yeah, there's no 10 right now.
He's a 10, but he's old enough to be your father. We have an old dad. Like, love you to death, Dad, but we have... He started late.
70.
He's pushing 70, so that would be really bad.
That would be a no.
Unless he's paying me big bandos to be my sugar dad. I'm just kidding. I would never accept one of those.
No.
But he's not a 10. He's a 0. I would never even think he was a 10 to begin with.
I do like an older man, but too old.
You like a silver fox? You naughty Nelly.
I'm not saying that.
That's not nice.
I'm not saying that.
What's an outcast? He's a 10, but he's a town's outcast?
Town outcast. What is that? Shout out Jean for telling me that we should look up things that we don't know.
Yeah, because we don't know a lot. Town outcast? Like, is he, like, just an outsider? Like...
Or is he the talk of the town?
A town outcast is a person who is rejected or excluded from the social group or community.
Sit with us.
Oh, type shit. Like, so if he...
Doesn't matter to me. That's my man, not yours.
Facts. You can't touch him.
He's still a 10.
He's still a 10.
But it depends on why he's rejected. Like, if you're a piece of shit, then get out of here.
Yeah. He's a 10 but prefers to be called daddy. There's a place and a time.
A little weird, yeah.
Yeah, like, if you think daddy is, like, the new babe in our relationship, no.
You're cooked.
You're cooked. I'm not calling you daddy on a Sunday afternoon. Like,
chalk.
He's a 10. This one makes me want to vomit. He's a 10, but he's your kidnapper.
Maybe we could fall in love.
No, he's a 0 because I don't want to be kidnapped.
No, nobody wants to be kidnapped.
He's a 10, but he's your boss.
Another inappropriate one.
Yeah.
I would say.
No, I don't like that because it then just, like, gives them, like, too much, like, I don't know what the word is, like, too much power over you.
Yeah.
But it is kind of, like, I don't know, to have a, like, crush on your boss or something is kind of, like, exciting. Crush. Yeah, but having it be your boss is low-key nuts.
It's weird, yeah, don't do that.
He's probably a 4 if he's my boss. It's kind of scary. He's a 10, but he's related to your ex is nuts.
Yeah, that's
Imagine having to see your ex-boyfriend. I have to marry you, but I have to invite your cousin who is my ex-boyfriend. That's bad.
Yeah.
He then becomes like a 3. I can't do that.
I feel like I've been in this might be making
I was like, you've been in this situation?
Me seem like a crappy person, but I've been in situations where like I've met somebody, but like they know my ex. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah. It depends on the level, though. Like, if they're, equated, if that's how you say it.
Acquaintances?
Yeah, but, like, you could say, like, they're equated. Equator.
Yeah, no, but even then, I'm still, like,
it's awkward.
I still feel bad.
Homie hopper, for real. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not.
I know.
Hey, you don't say that.
You don't say that.
I think I said that twice.
He's a 10, but he keeps a big secret from you. It depends on the secret, bro. No, honestly, no, there shouldn't be secrets.
There should never be secrets, so you're a fucking 0.
Wow, that was
big
aggressive.
Fat goose egg.
He's a 10, but he's using you to get revenge.
That would just really hurt my heart.
It would.
Just truly make me
I was
sad.
that girl.
What?
I was the girl that was used for revenge.
I don't know. I wasn't. I don't
think. And look at us now.
Shine bright like a diamond. Oh.
He's a 10, but he's a player.
It's like a green flag in my mind. Not actually, but
he's like a 2 to me.
Yeah, no. Just behavior like that are so disgusting to me. So you're probably a 0, actually.
Yeah, he's a 10, but he calls you a good girl. Time and place again, but
don't call me that. There's no time and place for that for me. Don't say that. I'll throw up on you.
Oh. What's like a name you want to be called? Nothing?
Baby girl.
Baby girl. Baby girl. He's a 10, but he only wants a fake relationship. He's a fucking -7. Fake. Like, get your life together.
What are we, 12?
Yeah, I keep just like going out of frame because I don't know what's happening to me.
You're really Willy Weavering.
Let's do just a few more.
Then move on to the...
He's a 10, but a professional athlete. He's a 42. Yeah. He's a 10, but he's involved with a tabloid scandal. What was that again? Oh, the big hackage.
Phone hack.
Phone hacking.
That's scary to me.
That's creepy. Like, don't ever think you're getting away with shit because he's hacking your phone.
No, that would really creep me out.
Yeah, that's creepy. That is really creepy.
Not even that I would have something to hide, but that's just creepy. Why are you doing that?
Yeah. He's a 10, but his royalty?
Like a prince?
Yeah.
That's nice.
That is nice.
Good for him.
Ew.
Oh no.
He's a 10, but he considers chasing you foreplay.
Like running around the room?
I think so. Come here. I'll catch me. Come catch me if you can. I'll catch you my 50. That's what I was going to say. Catch me if you can. Can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. Yes. Yes. You can turn any bad podcast into a good podcast just by being silly. Silly rabbit.
Tricks.
Silly jackrabbit.
Are we moving on?
We're moving on. I only wanted to do a few more. I need to get a little bit more comfortable. And Kira needs to get off her phone. Oh no. I probably just ruined our little PA.
Probably, and it's probably all static now.
Yeah, probably. Static boy.
Static electricity.
Alright, let's see what we've got cooking here. Yeah. Alright, so we had a whole entire episode dedicated to the worst breakups. We're not going to go for as long as that. It's not going to be a full episode. But this is the worst first date stories. First one.
First dates are just so bad in general.
I don't have very many first date stories, if any.
Okay, well, let's get into these ones.
Yeah, it'll be better for you because you've had some bad ones. Oh. We went for coffee, and afterward he drove me to his grandparents' house where they were sleeping. He then woke them up to introduce me to them. Imagine going to Nan and Albie's. Be like,
Hey,
I really like this guy. Can I wake you up for him?
Honestly, Nan and Albie would love that.
They'd be like, oh, Nan was like, oh, let me get dressed. Let's go have some dinner. I made chicken parm and baked ziti. And she'd have it on stat, and you guys would stay up till the wee hours of the morning, and you'd play cards, and you'd have a great time.
Yeah,
and
but
they'd act like it was
being
like
the person that was
doing that.
introduced to that.
No, I would say, yeah, thank you
I'd be
so much for the offer, but I'm gonna have to Uber home. But my phone's dead.
Before we even got there, I'd be, I'm really not feeling good.
Yeah, no.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, I think I need to
go home.
Then you just do the hide in the bathroom.
Side of the road.
Yeah, I'd have to pick you up.
Yeah.
This is another one. All right, number 3. I'm going to start by saying I have a very unique laugh. I can get on this girl's level because I do.
Hyena.
So I'm going to start by saying I have a very unique laugh. Just before the end of a semester, I started talking to a guy. He really wanted to see the Avengers movies again.
You really relate to this.
It was so good. He just needed to go again. So I said, okay, I'll go. We get into the theater. We sat down, and he looked at me and said, since I know when all the funny parts are coming, I'll give you a heads up so you can hold it in.
What?
He wouldn't let her laugh. That's kind of funny.
That is kind of funny.
Yeah, he was like, I'll let you know when it's coming. You need to be quiet.
Yeah.
That's
that would be annoying. I'd be like, don't actually do that.
Yeah.
But if you just said that, that's funny.
I think a funny laugh just makes things funnier. Dad's laugh is so funny, and it makes things funny.
Yeah. When I wheeze, I feel like it makes you laugh.
Oh my god, if you're wheezing, we have yet to really wheeze on a pod.
No, I have not.
Number 5, we organized to meet at a pub. As I walked in...
That never goes good.
No. He texted to say he was in the loo and told me what beer he wanted. Loo is the potty, right?
Yep.
He exited the toilet, sat down without saying hi, took a massive swig of his beer, no thanks, and launched straight into a story. In the toilet, on top of the bog roll dispenser, there was a mysterious white powder, so he thought it was a good idea to swipe some up and rub it all over his gob. Told the story while laughing I don't even know how to say that word. Uproariously. No questions asked about me.
Is he saying that
he rubbed coke on his gob?
Johnson?
That's crazy work. That is crazy.
That is nuts.
That was definitely a story from the UK.
Yeah, that was not from America.
No. That's crazy. I would walk out. Say pay for your own beer.
Why would you just think to rub white powder on your Johnson?
Wow, this looks good. I'm gonna spice things up. What, did you think it was deodorant powder or something?
Ooh, baby powder.
Maybe. So we didn't shave?
Maybe he was having a little itch.
Ew. Let's get you high. Alright, that's crazy. We love you so much. Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome back, Kira. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be there. On
Clink Podcast.
Peace out, bitches.
Peace out, y'all.